I'm Dr. Sidury Christiansen from the Bilingual Bicultural Studies Department. And this summer I taught a hybrid course called Technology and Qualitative Research, BBL 7083. I decided to do this class on a hybrid mode because I considered that students needed both practice and also lectures to complete these assignments. For the assessment portion of the class, I had two main components. The first one, I required my students to do daily blogs, and the second one, I had my students do a final project. They were going to work with two different softwares. One is Zotero for bibliographic resources and making literature reviews, and the second one is NVivo. It's basically software for qualitative research. In the blogs, what I had my students do, I had them do reflections, daily reflections, where they could combine what they were reading and learning in the classroom, as well as learning in the videos that I was assigning every day. The schedule for my class was every day for 1.5 hours. What I decided to do was to meet with them face-to-face Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and have Tuesdays and Fridays as online components. In the online components, I would have my students watch videos, read assignments, and then participate in those blogs. The blogs were done every day. And in the blogs, what I asked my students to do was just to reflect on what they have just read and also what we were doing in class. For the main component of the class, for the main assignment project, I had them do two things, a fake project and then a real project. The fake project was basically a canvas, like a sandbox for them to play with the program. Nobody reads manuals or reads instructions, like when you get a new iPhone or a new video game, nobody reads instructions. And so we shouldn't expect our students to read manuals on how to do things. We need to have them just get their hands dirty, like they say. So what I do in class, I introduce the topic, I introduce what we're going to be doing, I demonstrate a couple of things that the program can do, then I do it together with them. But then on the online day, they watch more videos, they keep practicing, and in the fake project, they basically practice every single thing that we did in class and also in the videos. The next class, we come back, we talk about it, I do some troubleshootings if they couldn't figure something out, and then we move on. None of this is graded, and this is the best thing that I could do for my students. They were not afraid to try. They were trying things because they knew that if, say, they mess up something or something did not work out, it was not going to be punished, like they said. So I think this is a great way to assess students' learning, not by just the final product or whether they can or cannot do something at once, but actually letting them try, explore, learn, and then finally with the real project, show you what they have learned throughout the semester. The benefits of these assessments for my students is that in the blogs, it was just a space for them to grow, to be creative, to have more in-depth conversations with themselves and also with me, of course, and with their classmates. Having a platform like blogs and not just discussion boards allowed them to really think about what is it that they're going to be writing, and also gave them opportunity for dialogue, something that in case there was not enough time in class they could have in the blogs. The benefits for the fake project, like I said, nowadays students are not just gonna learn by just memorizing something. It's by trial and error, and having them do trial and error was a very positive experience for them. What I would recommend other professors that want to do hybrid classes is to coordinate so that the online content and the face-to-face content is related, so there is no disparity in what students are doing at home and what they're expecting in class. Also, to create assignments where they can just be who they want to be, create, try, fail, and try and fail. And this trial and fail is not punitive. It's more like, okay, just everyday life, what scientists do all the time. If something doesn't work, well, let's change the approach and keep moving. As our students become comfortable with technology, is to give them places where they already live. If they use blogs, use blogs. If they use Facebook, use Facebook. If they use technology, well, then use technology. But if they don't, because not everybody does, provide enough support. Some students, the anxiety they primarily bring is to use that technology, so we need to be able to know what is the technology they already use to leverage what they know with what we want to teach them.